Okay, let's talk about something that people do not want to admit because it kind of ruins the fantasy of Hollywood and being famous. But once you see it, girl, you can't unsee it.
That's my opinion!
The most ironic thing about the internet to me is that everyone on the internet loves to act like we're all in on the joke, and we all know that reality TV isn't real, and we know that influencers curate their lives, and we know that podcasts are edited and like nothing is real, nothing is authentic. But the second that like a major scandal drops, like a breakup or a cheating rumor or something like super raw and emotional, like an apology video, suddenly everybody forgets that and everybody becomes a detective and starts like analyzing it like it's real life. But it's not. At least, like, it's not in the way that you think. If we start with the new era of media, like influencers and reality TV, and how we have this like infinite access to people's personal lives, it really bridges the gap between like the reality stars and the people consuming the content, because it feels intimate. It feels really personal. Like you're sitting with someone in their bedroom as they confess their deepest, darkest secret, but you're not listening to anything real. It's a produced narrative machine. Like if you think about it, when something goes viral because somebody finally opened up, it's always specifically calculated, like that exact moment, the timing, the episode. It's never random. But for some reason, what people don't understand about Hollywood, or like honestly influencer culture in general, is that nothing valuable is accidental. You know, like attention is currency in this industry, and being able to connect with people emotionally is leverage. So timing is literally everything. And there's so many examples of this all across Hollywood. Like an example of things that people do spot immediately: celebrity PR relationships. We have seen shit like this play out so many times, where like two people are in a movie together and then they start dating, and paparazzi just happen to catch them looking absolutely fabulous coming out of Catch in LA, and like they're everywhere, they're hand holding, they're kissing in corners, and they're in love. And then all of a sudden there's a breakup right before the movie releases, or right before one of them drops an album, or right before somebody needs a rebrand, and people eat it up. They're like, oh my god, like I thought they were so real, like I really thought they were gonna work out, I thought they were endgame. No, they weren't endgame. They were on a schedule. And it's the exact same blueprint being used in like influencer lifestyles and reality shows. And the only difference is that it's dressed up as authenticity in those formats. So if you look at like the friend group drama model, which is huge right now with like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and the whole like summer house scandal that just happened, you have like these group of women or influencers who are all connected, and then there's tension and betrayal, and there's shifting alliances, and the audience has to pick sides, and it feels organic. It always feels organic, and it's always terrible. It's always something horrible, and it feels like you're watching this very real friendship just like fall apart, and because you're so invested in these people, it feels so personal. But the drama always escalates at the perfect moment. Like that storyline will sit completely dormant for seasons before someone suddenly explodes. And now Jen's telling Whitney that they're not actually friends, even though Whitney let her literally stay in her home with her whole family. Like somebody always has to speak out like right before a new season drops, or right before a brand needs traction. But conflict isn't emotional in these cases. It's always strategic. Even the way that people are portrayed, like the villain and the victim and the misunderstood one or the crazy one, like they're all assigned roles. They're casted. And not always through like a literal script, but through editing and timing and framing and selective storytelling. Like they'll cut together different parts of a conversation and make it something completely different. Didn't you guys see that episode of Victorious where they make it look like Tori and Beck are cheating together to like fuck over Jade, but like it's a completely different conversation? Like it's always storytelling. And you can could take a completely normal person and cut their reactions in a certain way, add some music, and suddenly they're a fucking antagonist, like they're a villain, and the audience will swear like they just always got bad vibes. No, bitch, you got edited vibes. And this isn't new. Hollywood has been doing this for literal decades. Think about massive unexpected celebrity moments or feuds that mysteriously benefited both parties. Like, they only build hype, and those aren't accidents. Like, that is an entire team of publicists and producers and managers who sat in rooms and said, how can we make people care? And the answer is always the same. They have to make it emotional. They have to make it messy. They have to make it feel real. And that's the part that I think people really don't want to hear, is that it's not real. The emotions are not real. And that's what makes it so effective, is that these aren't actors reading lines. They're real people put into curated situations, encouraged to react, and then edited into a storyline. And most of the time, the people that they are casting in these reality TV shows, like, not to be mean, but like, they're easy to manipulate. They are purposefully looking for people who are easy to control and manipulate so that they can make these situations into what they are, so that they're entertaining for everybody else. They're real people. And that's what I think makes it so enticing for people, because you're watching someone cry, and that part is real. Like, that person did get emotional and they did get upset and put in that situation, but the context and the buildup and the timing of what you're seeing, it's all crafted. It's like if you filmed your entire life for a year, every time you were insecure, every argument, every time that you overreacted about something, and then somebody picked the most dramatic 10% and then told the entire world this is who you are 100% of the time. And it's not that that's not necessarily true. It's just that that's not the whole truth. That's just the most clickable version of it. And that's where the audience gets played, because people just don't watch anymore. They participate, you know? There's social media. We're commenting. We're picking sides. We're getting in fights, defending people that we've literally never met and never will meet. And they'll say things like, I just know, like, her heart is pure. Like, she would never do something like that. She's not that type of a person. Oh, diva, you do not know her. You know the storyline. And the smartest part behind it is that the people behind it never fully break the illusion. They just let it slip through, you know, like with a little behind the scenes clip or like a vague comment about editing. So it feels transparent, but not enough to actually ruin the machine. Because if you fully understood how calculated it all was, it doesn't hit the same. You don't feel as invested. You don't get as emotional, and you wouldn't keep coming back. So at the end of the day, that's the goal, not the truth. It's not authenticity, it's engagement. So the next time you come across a scandal that feels a little too perfect, or a confession that's a little too perfectly timed, or a storyline that feels like it just came out of nowhere, just take a step back. Don't stress yourself out about reality TV. Just ask yourself, is this real, or am I watching something that was designed to feel like this? And the answer is usually a lot less romantic and a lot more calculated. That's my rant for this week. I'll see you guys next week when we talk about every single movie that's coming out this spring and whether or not I think you should go see it in theaters.